Hello beautiful people and welcome to the channel. Reverend Debbie here, hope you're all doing well. Today's video is all about the narcissist placing the blame on you. And anybody who has been in a narcissistic relationship or knows a narcissist will know that the narcissist is never at fault, never blames themselves and blames everybody else. They will blame you for everything. If they get up late for work, it's your fault. If they've forgotten to put petrol in the car, it's your fault. If they trip over a crack in the pavement, it's your fault. So there are certain phrases that a narcissistic or abusive personality type will use to try to gaslight you, try to blame you, and you may well start to believe it. Before I get into the video, if you enjoy it, please click the like button, please subscribe to the channel, please share with your family and friends. I really need to increase the subscribers on the channel, would really appreciate it. So, some of the phrases that they will use. Look what you made me do. There we go. They've tripped over the crack in the pavement and it's your fault. They've burned something in the pan on the stove, it's your fault. Whatever it is that they are blaming you for, it's not your fault. And I have done a video on It's Not Your Fault, and I'll pop it into the description box below so you can click on that and have a look at that video. You didn't make them do it. They did it of their own volition. You didn't. And this can happen with parents as well. They may blame small children. Look what you made me do. Perhaps the parent was distracted by something that the child was doing and they accidentally, say for example, burned something on the stove, going back to that analogy again, they'll blame the child. Look what you made me do. So this is a phrase that comes in not just with narcissists and not just with abusive partners, but also from parents and other people, guardians and so on in those kinds of relationships. So if you do hear this, it is a huge red flag. Write it down, watch out for it. Another classic, it's your fault I'm like this. They blame you for their bad behaviour. So let's say you've had a disagreement. I'm not going to call it an argument, I'm going to call it a disagreement. And they have been verbally abusive to you within that disagreement. They blame you for their anger and abuse. It's your fault that I'm like this. Look what you made me do. Those two phrases go so well together. You are not to blame for that person's emotions, that person's reactions, that person's explosive anger. It's not your fault. Again, a big red flag. Then, you knew what I was like when you met me. Okay. I can pretty much guarantee that you didn't, because that side of them, that abusive side of them, would not have appeared until after the love bombing phase, until much later in the relationship. So you didn't know what they were like because they didn't show you. Remember, the narcissist mirrors you. They mirror every action, every thought, every process, every hobby that you have, every like, every dislike. They mirror that in order for you to fall in love with them and for you to become their supply. Again, them losing their temper is not your fault. If they display this anger later on in the relationship, it's not your fault. Them saying that they were like that when they met you is the truth, but you didn't know because they didn't show you that side of themselves. And then we have, why do you make it so difficult for me to love you? You don't. They do. They excuse me, they abuse you and gaslight you and crazy make you until you are so confused that you don't know whether you are coming or going, whether you're Arthur or Martha. You haven't made it difficult for them to love you. They have made it difficult for them to love you because they want to blame you. They are never at fault. You are always wrong and they are always right. They put the blame onto you for their failings in life. Whatever they have failed at will be your fault. Remember, it is not your fault. You are not to blame. They are. They are twisting, manipulating, controlling, subversive, despicable creatures who will try and twist everything around to make it your fault. If you have experienced any of this in any relationship, it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could be with a parent, with a child, with a boss. Take it seriously, and maybe it's time for you to leave or end that relationship. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please click the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Hope to see you next time. Blessed be.